Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Aaron. This is from the Ground Up RC. If you haven't been here before, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell icon, get notified every time we got a new video. We got videos up every Wednesday. Today, we're going to strip the covering off this Telemaster wing, get it recovered. I'll show you what we got to do to pull the flaps and the ailerons off. First thing we're going to do, we're going to disconnect our servos, take them out, and then I just use CA hinges on this, so we can just slide a knife in there and cut those, and then we'll nip these off. We got some new hinges for that, and then we'll go ahead and I'm gonna try to use a heat gun to kind of get the adhesive to release. Yeah, then we'll go ahead and pull all this covering off. See, we got the wings basically cleaned up. Got servos out, flaps off, ailerons off. I just kind of fished it out through here. A couple ways you can go ahead about sliding your new servo wires back through is you can run some line through here. Some people will take newspaper, roll up a tube, and put a tube through that. Or if you want to do it the hard way, you can just shake it until the wire falls down through the holes after you get it recovered, and then reach in through this hole here with some needle nose pliers. But to get that flap off, all we did was we came in here with these nippers and just kind of snipped it like that. So that's pretty much all we did. The way they were built was the hinge went down on a 45 through that, went through on a 45 through there. You kind of see we had to cut them off short and fit them before we covered the flap. But so that's pretty much it. So we got to nip these off on this side, and then you just drill that back out for the new hinges. On this side, they were just CA hinges that went in there. So I don't have any more CA hinges. I could get some, but I picked up this big old pack of Robart pin style hinges, so thinking I might do that. We'll see. So I'll get the heat gun plugged in, and I'll just slowly start working all this covering off. There we go, stripped. You can't really see it very well, but these got pretty rough after having been covered. I don't know if they got moisture on them or what, but we're gonna go ahead and sand everything up, and then as a consequence of hitting everything with CA, it basically glued that color and the covering to that, so we're gonna sand that. So we're all sanded up, ready for covering. I usually leave about an inch or so off the back, inch toward the root, a couple inches toward the front, and then coming over here, I usually leave a fair amount over here, which is actually less than I typically do. Because what I like to do is you come in and you heat that with a heat gun while you use your other hand to pull down on this side and wrap it around there. And the more space you give you, the less hot your hand gets, so it can get pretty uncomfortable pretty quick. But so the first thing we'll do is we'll just take our iron, and we set that right about 220 for Ultracote, and I typically get that roughly where I want to, and just light pressure come in and seal it in like that. So anyhow, I'll set up the camera, and you can watch me go at it. right, so there we go. We got it covered. You can see it's not shrunk up yet. So, but for the most part, it's pretty tight. So, I mean, not shrunk yet. The way I do it is I typically give it a good tack right here around the root. And then I'll come out and I'll give it a tack right about there. And then I'll come down here and pull it tight and kind of pull it this way, tack it there. Do the same thing up here at the front. And then come back here, kind of pull a little tight. Try and pull any wrinkles out. Up here, pull it tight. Back here on the corner. And then do it again there. And then somewhere in the middle here. And then I just go ahead and seal down the trailing edge. Seal down the leading edge. And so at this point, what I'll do is I'll come in here. I'll cut that back. I'll trim up everything around here. Kind of trim up the leading edge. But I still got to do the wingtip. And so I'll kind of turn that around after I do that other stuff and show how I tackle the wingtip. Alright, so you can kind of see that's what we come up with. There's really no wrinkles on that. And I try to pull it as straight back as along the top as I can to try and get as good of a curve as I can. Do the same thing with that trailing edge right there. We'll take the iron and kind of push that down and shrink that up. And the same with that leading edge. Now I can take that leading edge and finish rolling it back. So that's pretty much how I do that. All right, there it is, our bottom half complete. That's what that edge looks like trimmed up. You know, can't really, there's no wrinkles, nice and smooth. So little wrinkle right there on the leading edge, but not too bad. Still hasn't been shrunk up. We'll cover the top. I'm not going to explain any of that. It's the same drill as the bottom. I'll show you that when we get her done. All right, there it is. Freshly recovered one on the left. Old one done on the right. Wish I could tell you which one it was. Which cover was on there, because I don't remember. I think they've actually gone out of business, but you can see how much clearer the one on the left is versus the one on the right. And I mean, this has even got both layers on. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, smash the like and subscribe button. If you didn't, go ahead and drop a comment. Got any suggestions, go ahead and drop a comment there too. Hopefully next week we can go ahead and fly it. If not, we're going to be back in the shop working here on the pits, getting the radio installed, do elevator, rudder, maybe even the ailerons. So I only got really 1 or 2 days a week I can work on this stuff, but we'll see you next week.